I'm a warrior. This is my battle cry.
Welcome to another segment of Hey Coach. I'm Michael Trahan, the voice of the Warriors, along here with Coach Ross. So, even though we lost the game Friday night, how was it to have your first Thompson-Pelham game with all the excitement and the pregame and all that?
It was a great experience, starting all the way back to the pep rally. The pep rally was always fun. It's good for the student body. The place was packed Friday night. The energy was high. I mean, and we anticipated that, and it was a good game. I mean, obviously it didn't turn out the way we wanted it to, but from a football game standpoint, a rivalry standpoint, for a fan, I don't think you could ask for anything better.
All right. Now, if you watched the game at all, you would know our defense didn't allow anything for pretty much the entire first quarter. So, like, they were just pretty much on lockdown.
Correct.
Were you just impressed by, like, how they played?
I was. Like I said, I knew we had a good plan for what Pelham does offensively. It's kind of unique. It's different than what anybody else in this region does. And I knew we had a good game plan, and you just wondered, could it hold up? But we did a great job in the first half, and until really late in the game, our defense played very well. Our defense has played a lot better the second half of the football season.
Yeah. All right. We went into the half with the lead of 10-7, I believe. And did this make you feel confident knowing that, hey, we just scored going into half, and then we're coming out of the second half with getting the ball?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I knew we were getting the ball in the second half. That's why we didn't, right there before halftime, we got the ball back deep in our own territory, and we didn't want to take a chance and try to turn the ball over and give them the momentum back. We had it. We knew we were getting the ball in the second half, and yes, I mean, like any coach, I felt very confident that if we could continue what we were doing, we were going to win the football game.
All right. We came out of the second half with the same intensity that we did in the first half, and when we came out, Matherson threw a pick in our territory where they would have the ball with great field position. Did this affect the mood on the sideline at all, really?
It definitely changed the momentum. Maybe so much with us as it did for them. I think it gave Pelham some hope, and not that we had them, but we had the momentum, and I think if we'd have taken that opening drive of the second half down and scored, we might have could have sealed the deal then. But it didn't happen that way. We threw the interception. It changed the momentum, and it definitely got Pelham back in the game and gave this some life. And really, you hate to say that one play does it, and it never does, but one play did change the momentum, and that was it. So.
All right, one thing that is kind of overlooked in all games is special teams with punting. And Austin Sapp has been called on several times this year to punt the ball out of our territory and deep in our zone. And even when we had good field position on the 50 and we had to punt, he was just pinning them back deep into their territory. Like, has his ability this year, like, done good for the team?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it is, like you said, it's something a lot of people don't notice. I mean, you notice as a coach, but the fan doesn't notice it as much. But he has had a great year punting. I mean, I think he's averaging somewhere around 40 yards a punt, and that's great in college. That's a great high school average. He's had a great year. And he made a very heads-up play the other night. You know, a lot of people thought we called a fake punt, but no, he did not. He was coached. Now, if he saw something, he was going to take off and take advantage of it, and he reacted. We snapped the ball, and they had an extra guy off our right side,
yeah.
and he made a decision, hey, if I try to punt it, this thing could get blocked, or I'm going to make a play. Well, he made a play, and that was a huge momentum shift back in our favor in the game.
Because that was like a 4th and 15.
It was.
Yeah.
I think he ran it about 30 yards and got a first down.
So that was a big thing for us.
It was.
And then, like, when we go into Mountain Brook, like, we have an idea that they're probably going to the playoffs. Like, does it help you motivate the team saying we can keep them out of the playoffs if we win this area game?
I don't think you're going to keep them out of the playoffs because they're undefeated in the region and obviously overall. But we definitely have a great opportunity, and I hope our kids are motivated to try to knock them off of their undefeated season. Mountain Brook's got a great football team. Their record indicates it. When you watch them on film, that does the same. They're well coached. They play hard, but they're not invincible. You know, some teams have moved the ball on them and played well on them, and we got to build on that and just kind of pump our kids up that hey, we can do the same thing. But it's going to be a challenge. But yes, I hope our kids are motivated to hopefully end their undefeated season.
Thanks, Coach Ross, for coming out and speaking with us today. And if you're unable to see the game, you can watch it on thehssaanetwork.com/Thompson for a replay of the game. And you can watch the pregame show also.